Hey everybody, Joe Wrights with Marketo-Fu. I always look over here. I just want to explain there's a monitor and with some notes. So I don't forget what my name is in case anyone ever thinks that. But anyway, so on a couple episodes ago, we were talking about daisy chaining fields together, and the one and only Sanford Whiteman totally called me out on, hey, you can actually add line breaks in between tokens, fields that you're daisy chaining together or concatenating. I still wish it was an outside the box option for Marketo, but Sandy actually has a really great blog post that I've always been turned off from trying, just because it includes the words webdev and Firefox, which means I had to install Firefox and do some kind of web dev tomfoolery. But with this video, what I want to do is really show you it's not complicated at all. I mean, there's a little bit of technical prowess needed, but actually not even really. It's easy to do, and then what you can do is via another token that you can kind of embed between your other tokens, you can add line breaks, 1, 2, 3, however many you need. So what we're going to do real quick in this video is just walk through how to do that. So, and if you don't know Sanford Whiteman, chances are if you've ever logged on to the Marketing Nation community and asked a question of any kind, you probably owe that guy a beer. Single-handedly, one of the most involved and technically savvy Marketo users, bar none. I think every Marketo champion at least has interacted with Sanford in some way. And for that, Sandy, just thank you. Yeah, like I'm fanboying pretty hard right now, but you guys can deal. So with that, let's dive into Marketo now that I've embarrassed myself fawning over Sandy. Okay, so we're actually going to go over to Firefox. So again, we start in our normal spot, go into marketing activities. How this whole thing is going to actually work, though, is we're going to be using tokens. So in my little Center of Excellence folder, I've started a couple tokens. We're going to wipe this one out just so we can do this fresh. You see one that's labeled 20 or line break, right? And there's no value, which is kind of weird, right? So we're going to show you how to do this. So first things first, obviously you log into Marketo, and then what you're going to want to do, I should say you're using Firefox. It might work with another browser, but I don't really know how all that works. So you're going to open the developer area and go to toggle tools right here at the very top. Control-Shift-I when you're using Firefox. Like I say, this might be possible in Google Chrome. I don't know. I'm not a web dev, but I know this works, so we're going to go with that. So once you're here, go over to the Network tab, and then now that this is open, what you want to do, and it's very important you do all this in order. So the next thing you need to do is create a text token. Just drag it in and call it, you know, line break or something equally amazing. And then just start with three dashes. Just you know, this dummy text doesn't really matter. We're going to update it later. But what you're going to see is as we're doing this, things are happening down here. So we're going to hit save. Oh, we created token data. Great. So then what we're going to do is edit it again. We're going to add something dumb like another dash. And you'll see why we're using dashes here in a second, just because they're easy to spot. So we're going to hit save. And then we got this nice little update token data thing down here. So what we're going to do is go over to where it says edit and resend right here. And we're going to click that. And what we're going to do is in this request body, this is what actually Marketo is doing. And this is a bunch of gibberish I don't understand, but you're going to look for those 4 dashes. Let's see if I can see them. Ah, there they are. Okay, so back over, let me show you this. Back over on, yes, back over on Sandy's blog, which I've linked in the description. You can follow step by step, like I mentioned, and there is these 4 characters right here, this %5CN. So copy that, and like Sandy explains, this is the URL encoded form of a /n, which is going to be a line break. So copy that out, and then what you're going to want to do is figure out where your window is, and then just over these 4 dashes here, just highlight them, delete them, and then paste in the new value. Great. And then we're going to click send. And then I believe, let me just double check my notes here. We're going to select another token because Sandy says to, and I'm not going to question him. And then, yep, we click send. Okay, so here, what we're going to want to do now is on this newest update token value, we're going to look at preview. And somewhere here, see this bit right here? Boom shakalaka, it added the /n. So we are basically good to go. So if we do something as crazy as refreshing this page, oops, the page. What's going to happen is that token's going to load in and it's going to be all janky and it's not going to have any value. This is what you want. This is good. So what we're going to show you now is back over here in, I think I just did it in data management, data normalization. I created a line break test batch. And then for the flow, I said, or smart list, I said, you know, me. And then for the flow, just to show you an example, I just added a simple change data value for a field that I know is a text area field. I say, this is some text. I added my line break token. Oops, that's not the right token. That's the right token. And then right after it, with no space, this is some more text on a different line. If I wanted to get real fancy, I could do my.line break. And then do it twice. I get a double break. I could say something like, that's a double break. All right. So you guys see what you see where I'm going here, that I'm going to run this batch. So while this is running, I will say, the moment you think you have strong Marketo-Fu, someone like Sandy, you meet him and realize, man, this guy knows a heck of a lot more than I do. And that's just the nature of Marketo. And then, yeah, so that ran. And then what we're going to do is go over to lead database just to take a peek at what this looks like. The Fathom Sandbox actually isn't integrated into our CRM, obviously. So we can still look on the lead record just to see what that's ultimately going to look like. And there's me. I'm going to click on it. And when we go down to that current form comments field, what we should see is a couple line breaks. And with that nice new double. Oh, looks like we just needs a little more time to run. This is what I ran previously as I was setting it up. Oops. Yeah, this is what I ran previously when I was setting it up and testing, so I would make sure I didn't make a fool of myself live on air. The Smart campaign is actually still running, but if we give this a moment, at the speed of Marketo, I promise it will update. So remember back on episode 1 where I said this is going to be a genuine testament to the platform, and you'll get genuineness from me and blah blah. This is that happening right now, just to mess with me. Make sure my qualification rules were good. Yep, every time. Oh, as another side, when you're running Smart campaigns, you want to always think about like how often you want leads to fall through it. Like, so if it's scoring and they view, you know, a key number of pages, maybe you only want that to happen once per day, right? That's where you would set that. Or this, you know, I want it to happen every time. So, which is what it's doing. It's just a little bit slow right now. Whatever, pixels are free. I'm not paying for the airtime. Need to have a couple standby jokes for situations like this. Let's what is going on? I'm just going to run it again because I'm impatient. Well, I don't know what it's doing, but for some reason this smart campaign is taking a while to hang. So well, in any case, what you can see here, oh, no, stupid me. It did go. I didn't scroll. So there's a win. But what you can see is this was some text, line break. This is some more text on a different line, line break, line break. That's a double line break, fools. So this is some high-speed stuff right here. So, and it's as simple as that. So anytime you want to use that, gosh, I feel so stupid for that. Anytime you want to use that line break tool, go ahead and just use that token in your flow steps. All right, so where am I at? Boom. Yeah, so apart from that horrid weight, which is not Marketo, generally, again, it's operator error almost all the time. I'll fess up to that. But again, this is an amazing, easy to do hack. Don't be turned off by the terms webdev or Firefox, even if you're a hardcore Chrome user like me and just hate the idea of installing another browser. Like I said, maybe it's possible in Chrome. I don't do the web dev stuff. Sanford gave us a amazingly easy process to follow. So you know, again, his blog is in the description. Even if you follow this video instead of that blog, I encourage you to subscribe to the blog. That there's always going to be so much good info there from Sanford, and then also follow him on the Marketo community. Phenomenal resource. And Sandy, I definitely owe you probably a case of beer at this point for how far you've helped my career. So for me to you, thank you very much. And for me to all of you guys, looking forward to a future episode of Marketo-Fu. We will talk again soon.